Oh man, Corey, what is up? How are you?
Oh, not much, Barry. Thanks for joining me in my room here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we could do this, even though it's under these circumstances of quarantine. But
Yeah.
hey, everybody, welcome to the Rig Rundown. Thanks for watching. Today, our guest is Cory Branan, singer and songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire from Memphis, Tennessee, and a good buddy of mine, former neighbor, which is pretty cool. I'm glad you would do this, man.
No, not my pleasure.
Well, so I guess let's start off with you're not touring right now because nobody is touring right now.
No.
So what have you been doing to stay busy? You're like one of the busiest quarantine dudes I've ever come across.
I just went into full panic mode at the thought of being unemployed for a year. Kids. And so yeah, I just started firing on all cylinders. So I've been doing this show on Wednesdays. This sort of show where I talk to my songwriting buddies. We've had on Ben from Lucero, Bri Fallon, Frank Turner, Amanda Shires. Tomorrow we'll have a BJ from American Aquarium and Laura Jane Grace coming up. I've actually got a few months of people lined up. So yeah, we just sort of jaw about songwriting on Wednesdays, and then I'm making records out of the house.
Oh,
Yeah,
Quarantunes. Clever name.
yeah, that's what I call isolation. On yeah, I've put out a couple of those. Just making her at the house, and I went through some files and found some old demos and things, and yeah, that's been keeping the fridge full. So and then I do the live shows every once in a while. I'm trying to spread that out because there's so many people out there working on the internet. It's pretty saturated, so I don't want to overplay that hand. But yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So, your show, I've listened to a couple of those. I listened to the Amanda episode, which was awesome. She is so cool.
Yeah,
And I
she's
listened to
great.
Brian Fallon and part of Frank Turner. My connection kept cutting out on me, but that's so cool, man. Who'd have think that you would take your music career and turn it into a weird little
Oh
Instagram
my
show?
god! And I'm so bad at it. I'm just so that's why I'm only doing friends. I just been doing this so long that I'm lucky enough to have really talented friends. But I would never ask like somebody I didn't know to be subject to my bullshit.
Well, all right. So with that said, how has your setup changed? I think the last time I saw you play live, which was, I don't know, maybe a month before the whole lockdown, you had a big old Reeves, like I think a high watt style amp, right?
Yeah, that's what I've had for years. I've actually let that go. Delana from Third Power made me my dream amp. She made me a custom amp, and I can talk about that. Yeah, if you like.
Yeah,
Or
I know how married you were to that Reeves, so I got to hear about this amp. I'm a big fan of Third Power. Just about everything they put out is pretty killer. So, what'd you get made?
She's fantastic. Yeah, so it's her clean sync, but for cut where you can blend a blackface style with an AC style, and you can blend the circuits. But also there's a top boost on the AC circuit. But the other thing is there's a brown face switch, so you can get that honk in there, and you can blend any of them. And she took it up from 20 watts to 40 watts.
Nice, nice.
So because I'm used to having a little power, and when all of this is over, she's going to tap a cab sim out off the transformer, so I can do like with the Reeves. I was running through the aux,
Right.
and I was using the outputs with the cab sims, and I was going to a Lexicon PCM80. I don't have on my pedal board. There's no modulation. There's no delay. Everything is the Lexicon. I love that thing. It just destroys pedals for me. But I run it out of the cab sim, and then I run it fully wet to two QSC monitors. They weigh 22 pounds. They're, I don't even know, they're 2,000 watts apiece. And so I have a full wet, dry, wet rig that's portable.
Oh man, yeah, that's a lot
With
less
that.
lot less stuff to lug around, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and that was the idea, and I made it happen with the Reeves, but then I did this last show in Nashville. I forget where it was, but I just Guitar Mountain. I just had it looked like it was the '80s. I just had all this stuff. I'm like, this is too much stuff for the idea, and so I've streamlined it. And Delana save the day.
So does that? I'm guessing that amp has she has like a hybrid master circuit. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you know what? If you want me to just pop it up and play it, so it's fantastic. So I can't open the amp up right here and still have a marriage, you know. Right now it's set on my favorite setting, which is halfway. Well, technically, there we go. Halfway between the blackface. I play the blackface sound.